Okay, so welcome back for part two. Um, yeah. So, what are we doing today? We are continuing from the morning, sort of bringing back some zombie PRs. This one, a little less zombie, but it's the avoid double eval from filter pushdown. And so what that is there was a change in around Spark 3 timeframe. So still a while ago, but not an original Spark, where we tried to push down filters more aggressively. And this generally makes sense. Pushing filters down is generally a good thing, right? Like the earlier you can filter data out, so that's what pushing it down means. Like we're pushing it down, is better. But the problem is if the filter itself is doing something complicated, then the act of pushing it down can result in double evaluation because of a variety of reasons. And so the push down is in fact not beneficial. Um, and so, yeah. And so, anyways, I worked on something to make something here possible. And it was a long time ago. But like 2024 maybe. Um, and there was a suggestion that we try and do it another way, which is there's this thing called with statements inside of Spark. So the internal thing, but not ideal. And or sorry, it was a little complicated, and at the time, I wasn't entirely convinced it was going to work. And in fact, here we have a comment saying that they tried. And so they tried very hard to solve the issue efficiently, but failed. And so carrying the filter project list down got into sort of some complications. And so here they're saying we're never going to have a practical cost model for Spark expressions. Let's just avoid UDF expressions. Now, personally, I think that we actually could have a pretty reasonable cost model for Spark expressions. And in fact, cost-based optimizers are a really common thing, right? Like that's a pretty normal thing. And we actually could write some really interesting things here. But I get it. So we will instead do other things. And by do other things, what I mean is we'll do the simple thing, which is we're just going to not push down anything with a user-defined function inside of the filter. So cool. Let's go ahead and make that happen. So we're going to go over here. Now, it has been literally over a year since this was rebased. So let's rebase this. Yeehaw. Let's see if it still compiles. We'll do that over there. And then we are going to go and sort of explore doing simpler things. Emacs, bring Emacs over here. It's over here. And so call method via reflection. That is yeah. This looks like it should be UDF adjacent. I don't know. Um, with likely expensive. Okay. Actually, and then we're gonna go over here to expression, Scala, underscore expensive, expensive. So if any of them are likely expensive, then we are ourselves likely expensive. Um, hmm. Although, right, and so here's my thinking. Essentially, like we could go through and we could traverse and we could manually pull out things. Okay, so what we're gonna do here. Okay, we're gonna go find call method via reflection. Okay, so yeah, okay. So I don't know. Yeah, okay. Click button. Okay. While starting to get the context back, I think the cost-based mechanism is the way to go instead of just addressing UDFs. For example, TTT is fairly UDF-like, but it is not itself a UDF. Similarly, someone might write their own custom expression, and then we want to although if it's private, might write a custom expression. Regexes can also be fairly expensive, and so on. Yeah, okay, so we could, I think the cost-based mechanism is like not bad. Because we're like a relatively complex filter. I can start with making this feature configurable. While we discuss exactly while we discuss what we don't want to push, want to double eval. Cool. Um, yeah, and then similarly, yeah, I think that seems fair. Cool. Okay. So let's just start. Uh, so okay, we're gonna not make that change. So actually, git stash. We're gonna leave the cost in for now, but we are gonna make this configurable. And so essentially, what that means, is we'll make it so that I don't love that, but I'll get used to it. Okay. There we go. Okay. Optimize. Here we go. Spark SQL, avoid double filter eval. When true, avoid double evaluation for likely avoid pushing expensive, etc. Filters down if it would result in double it result in double evaluation. Let's go with could. Okay. So then where are we gonna go? Brain is going to go do brain things. Okay, so I think we need to go back to optimizer.scala. And then we're gonna go find expected cost. Okay. Else if SQL conf dot okay. This is internal. Yeah, okay. Oh, I need some royalty-free music. My brain doesn't deal with quiet nicely. Get some royalty-free music going, my friend. Hardwell, that is not royalty-free. Royalty-free. Lo-fi. From Chill Peach. Okay, yeah, let's try Chill Peach, royalty-free. I can work with this. I was reminding to get my music onto my classic iPod. Because yes, that's the thing I need to do. Okay. What was I doing? All right. Okay. Let's go. Hey, Tiny Walk. Say hi because they said they don't have audio today. Yeah. Okay. Preserve. Oh no, that's. Yeah. No. Avoid double filter eval. This was the behavior prior to 3.x. Cool. All right. Fine. Avoid double filter eval. Boolean. Yep. Okay. SQL conf dot. If we are not avoiding double preview, let's actually do this as a just for readability. We're always pushing through short circuit the check. Although I think we do need to do this anyways. Because yeah. Right? I think. Oh god. Okay. Projection aliases that are not used in the filter, so we don't need to put left behind aliases. Okay. Cheap, expensive is this split. The problem, I think we use replace here. Yeah, so we okay. This one might. Brain. Okay, cool. I think. Scala style and compile. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Is this the right way to do it, though? Or should I be doing this in a different place? Like this whole cheap, expensive list. Like, okay, the reason why I like doing it there is it's relatively simple from a logic perspective, right? If we're not considering the cost, then it's the same thing and reduces the different. And then filter aliases is empty. So filter aliases would be projection aliases that the filter references. Projection aliases that are not used in the filter, so we don't need to push. Ah, yeah, okay. So, filter aliases. We only put things in it if this is expected. This is an expensive replacement. Okay. Cool. That sort of makes sense. Oh god. Oh, it's been too long. And this is specifically when we're pushing down. So this is only for pushing down through a projection, right? Yeah. Because if it's not a projection, we should always feel safe to push it because it doesn't matter, so we don't have to worry about. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Although the width, I mean, width would be fantastic if we could use it anyways on top of this. Like even if a alias is inexpensive, there's no reason to double compute it if we don't have to. And so the width operator would in theory let us avoid that problem, even for avoid the double computation even for inexpensive things. So let's see, what was the comment? Yeah. I think what do I think? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Projection aliases that are not used in the filter, so we don't need to push them. That's fantastic. So the filter aliases, what we want to do here so we would conceivably use width. Here maybe I'm debating what to do. Could be a good follow up to use with. We could do that as a good follow up. Or the other thing is we could also just like not let perfect be the enemy of done, given that like this double filter eval is probably pretty bad for a lot of situations. So like just getting it somewhat better is let's take a look at width again. Yeah, so Yeah, okay. I think there's some complicated stuff going on here, and we should not go too far in the weeds. Well, yeah. Okay, so the other thing that we need to do, though, given that we've got this, like, we've made it configurable, right, is we probably need to make the filter pushdown suite also check the um, okay. So that's a um W evaluation is enabled and configured. Cool. And then we're going to do here. Wait. Double evaluation. Okay. Ah. Okay. Okay, with SQL conf is what we do in the decimal suite. Let's double check. Decimal suite. Okay, and then double filter eval. Oh. I think ends up. This is just like a dumpster fire of a quarry plant, but that's okay. Badness. Okay. I think that's the bad behavior that we want. Okay, catalyst, test, only, star, filter, sweet, star. Makes sense. Oh, okay. Oh. Cool. Let's see. Wait, what? Oh, filter push. Cool. Ah, okay, okay. Okay, yeah. Cool. Okay, what was the failure? Do double evaluation when hard configured. Okay. Ah, cool. Do double. Ah, yeah. Okay, cool. Damn it. Looks like I just got a blog post assignment there. I will write it soon. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's, you can't do that. Right. Okay. There we go. Cool. Plans do not match. So project. So the first part matches, which is dude, and then here we have. Oh, right. Do we have? Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Just the same, right? Cool. All right. That's pass. Fantastic. Um. Um. Make the no double filter eval logic configurable default to true to default behavior. Arguable as to if it should default to true or false. That's like yeah. That's a question maybe for another day. But yeah, cool. So the current test pass, and then the other thing that I do want to do is think about as a follow-up. So what I will do essentially just because you never know. Okay. Okay. We'll go here. Oh no, yeah, yeah. Improve filter pushdown handling to use. Wait. Core is going to be SQL. Effective version is going to be like 4.2. Sure. Maybe 4.1.2. Whatever. We'll put that there. Okay. Okay, cool. You should once execute even explore if in some cases you can use width to bring on cheap or inexpensive filters. Some from the discussion. Let's see. Yeah. It's a little complicated. It's a little complicated, but thinking about cool. File this. This is a like, hey, we might be able to do this better later someday. So let's file the issue, but like, let's also definitely not block the like avoiding the like reasonably good solution, right? That does a good job of not pushing down things that we just can't eval anyways. Cool. Run failed. Let's go take a look. Don't wait. Where did the run fail? Maybe that was another PR which failed. I could see that. Okay, cool. We're gonna call this a win. A little bit under an hour. Got another PR back to life. Yeah, join me later on in the week. If you're in San Francisco, I'll be at Small Data SF on Wednesday. That should be all kinds of fun. I'll be talking around 1 o'clock about when not to use Spark, which is of course fun. And yeah, maybe I'll do a stream Tuesday morning. Maybe not. We'll see. Maybe Tuesday evening. TBD. Probably not though. But I'm gonna try and get some more things sort of queued up and ready to go for streaming with y'all. So thanks everyone for joining. Yeah. Have a good week.